think you saw the greatest fighter on earth fight again, and again, shocked and amazed with what he's able to do. The thing that blew me away was the spinning back kick, and he just stepped out of the way and looked at it and then stepped back. And I don't know if you guys saw when his corner was screaming at him, and he's like, oh, I got this, relax. I'm working on something right now, or whatever he was, I don't know. But you don't see stuff like that. Then as soon as he decided to attack, he finished a guy with a body shot who's never been finished, and has fought, you know, all the best 205-pounders in the world. Went 3 rounds with John Jones and won the last round of that fight. He's amazing. I don't even know how to put it into words when you watch this guy perform. It's one of those things, like and I said this earlier this week, I was talking to some reporters, you know, when you're in this business, I mean, everybody at this table, if I haven't butted heads with them yet, I will at some point. It's part of the business, you know. We're partners in this thing, yet we're doing business at the same time. So, you know, there's always going to be some give and take here and there. But I always say this about Anderson. No matter what, I've sat in a room with him 2 hours before the press conference arguing with him about a million different things and all these things. I swear, I mean this when I say it. It's an honor and a pleasure to deal with him. It's like, I feel like I'm dealing with an artist. You know, artists are a little quirky and a little, you know, they got their things that they want. I couldn't say enough good things about dealing with Anderson Silva in my career. I don't think he said that him and John Jones are best friends. What he's saying is he's got other teammates that are at 205 pounds who he thinks he would rather like to see John Jones fight. Here's what I do believe about Anderson Silva, that he is a guy who likes to test himself. He is a guy that likes to take it to the next level. He doesn't like to talk about it publicly. He doesn't like to act cocky or arrogant or anything like that. He's broke every record in UFC history, and I think that these 2 fights, both of those fights, for his, you know, his legacy, he's already the greatest. It's just undeniable how great and amazing this guy is. And as far, I know he doesn't fight for money, but I think that he'll make a lot more money fighting in the UFC than fighting in the Taekwondo Olympics. But, you know, he could probably walk into the Taekwondo Olympics and win it anyway. I mean, without even, yeah, I hear you. We'll talk. We'll negotiate. We'll talk about this John Jones thing, the Taekwondo thing. We'll work this out. Come on. I'm a fair guy. Figure this out. I don't think it's the end of it. I think it'll be the end of an era when Anderson Silva retires. You know, I honestly believe there's so many talented guys in this sport, and there's so many, you know, up-and-coming guys now that are training in mixed martial arts. Most of the guys, I mean, a guy like Anderson's 37, Big Nog, guys like this started in one discipline, and these are the guys who helped create mixed martial arts in the way that it's trained, you know, the people training it today. You know, I don't know if there'll ever be another Anderson Silva. It's just the guy does things that other people can't do. He does things to people that other people can't do to them. And then as far as Eddie Alvarez's contract is up. You know, obviously we're in the, you know, we're in there. We're going to talk to him soon. I don't know what the stipulations on his contract are, whether we can talk to him now or there's more time, but. You know, we'll dive in and we'll see what happens. We're definitely interested in him and have been for a while. Yep. We'll see what happens with. You have to understand this GSP versus Anderson Silva thing is still just, it's a dream fight. We have no Carlos Condit is a real guy. This is a tough fight. This isn't a gimme fight for George St-Pierre. He's got a very tough fight ahead of him. We'll see what happens then. We honestly, and I mean this when I say it, I've never sat down with Anderson ever and talked about him fighting GSP. I've never sat down with GSP and talked to him about fighting Anderson. It's been this dream fight that we've all talked about, like the John Jones fight. These are all just, you know, we got to see what happens. And somebody was just asking me outside too about, you know, Anderson and GSP, Anderson and John Jones. We got to see how things line up here, and other fights are going to happen. You know, we'll see what happens. We can't do it. Who's here that can tell me when we're coming back to Brazil? We're working. There you are, Jamie. We're working on it. We're working on the next fight in Brazil. We'd come here every weekend, though, if we could. All right. So, there's so many options for him right now. You know, when you talk about this guy, and like we talked about him earlier before he got here, he's amazing. he never ceases to amaze. And there's a lot of talented guys now in that 85-pound division. But like he says, he's at this point in his career where there's these super fights in there for him. And I don't know how much longer. I mean, the guy's 30. Stephan Bonner's younger than Anderson Silva, you know? And the guy just, I wish he was 27, but he looks 27. I don't know when it's going to be over for him. But I know this, you know, the George St-Pierre fight is a big fight. I think the John Jones fight is a big fight, you know, and I know my man says no, 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 but the amount of money that would be offered for that fight, I guarantee you, I will make Anderson Silva say yes, yes, yes. I talked about that tonight with Globo. One thing that I noticed when I come here to Brazil, Brazilians don't like to see Brazilians fight Brazilians. Brazilians like to see Brazilians whoop other countries' asses. Yeah. Yeah, so you listen to that, Globo? That was my idea tonight. I like that idea. So yeah, I agree with you. I said that tonight. Brazilians do not like to see Brazilians fight Brazilians. I have noticed that.
O final do Strike Force e a chegada dos lutadores do Strike Force para o UFC.
Yeah, Anderson Silva said he has 2 fights left on his contract, but he's going to fight for 5 more years. So, looks like we got to renegotiate. I'd love to sign him up for 55 more fights. Yeah, I'm in. I love it. So, I will be negotiating with Anderson and his crew very soon on a lot of different issues. And then, as far as Strike Force goes, I don't run that show. Ask the guy who runs it.
Aqui.
Great fights are made when both guys are coming in to finish and take risks. And tonight he was a perfect opponent for me to kind of show what I'm really about and kind of restart my career and give myself a fresh breath and you know, help my family out, make some money.
I was going to say, I mean, you were obviously very open coming into this fight about your financial situation, say that, you know, you're maybe on the verge of having to get a job if you didn't win this fight. Now you got the win, you got a fight of the night bonus as well, so can you kind of tell us what that means to you and what this does for your life?
It gives me a lot of comfort, you know, it gives me space, you know, not have to worry about money. I can just focus on training and doing what I love. So that was the first part of the question?
That was pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just huge. I needed to step up and I needed to have confidence in myself and my game and just go for it. And know that even if I made a mistake or if I got put in a bad position, I would still be able to come out on top.
And if I could ask Dana just to talk about John, I know he hasn't always been your favorite fighter and fans have criticized him sometimes, but you know, for you to award him Fight of the Night means you must believe in what he did tonight. You know, is he still relevant in that title picture?
Yeah, and I just told Errol outside, you know, the whole John Fitch, Dana White thing is a myth. You know, this all stems from the whole video game stuff that happened a long time ago. You've never heard me say anything negative about Fitch or diss Fitch in any way. And tonight, it's like he said, he went out and fought an opponent. People complain about John Fitch laying on people. This is mixed martial arts. Your job is to keep him from doing it. And tonight, Eric Silva did that. I mean, Fitch was grinding him against the fence the way that he does, and Silva got out and countered, and it was a back and forth fight. And both guys looked awesome. It was a war. This was this kid's first real big fight, his real big test. Tonight was his big night. You know, where he goes from here is up to him. This could be just like the fight that, you know, George St-Pierre lost to Matt Hughes. He fought a guy who took him to another level, and John Fitch might be that guy tonight for Eric Silva. And as far as he goes, the people who bitch about him laying on people, you got to be well-rounded enough to get him off you.
I feel amazing. When I fight over there, I'm still hungry, you know. I still feel like I can go there and fight and throw, you know, some good things. So I feel like physically good. I know I got on my arm, you know. Bro, I just, you know, have a good physical therapist. You know, I've been working in my physical therapy like 1 hour and a half every day to keep going, but I still feel like going, you know, and fight those guys. So anytime you want me to fight, man, just put me over there, and I feel very happy to be over there, you know. I'm here today and fighting with 7 guys. We trained together, so it was very happy to me, you know, be part of the main event, co-main event in Brazil. And I wanna be back, you know, and fight in Brazil next year or anywhere he put me.
We've been looking at stadiums and venues all over the country ever since we first got here to Brazil. And I mean, obviously, if we did one of the major Anderson Silva fights that we were talking about, they could fill, they could fill a soccer stadium here, and they could fill Dallas, Texas Stadium in the United States, 100,000 people there. What I like about Dallas, Texas Stadium the best, it has a roof. Outdoor fights scare me. I mean, imagine if we were both, the time that we were here, and I don't know if you guys remember when we were trying to do the fight in Sao Paulo, that was supposed to be an outdoor stadium. It rained the entire time. It would have rained in Sao Paulo. And if we were doing an outdoor stadium here, it would have rained this time. Outdoor scares me. Yeah, we want to take this show everywhere, to every city in Brazil. Obviously, it's exploded here. We think it would do well. We think we can do a stadium here, and the list goes on and on. And then as far as women's MMA goes, I'm warming up to it and thinking about sticking my toe in it, you know what I mean, and see how this thing goes. I agree with you. Obviously, Cyborg is one of the best in the world, and Ronda Rousey is another one, so we'll see what happens. Just two?
What about the other guys? What do you think about it?
What do they think about what?
About the girls?
Women? What do you guys think about women, guys?
Eu acho que não é legal.
Em Curitiba.
Mulheres lutando não é legal. A gente já apanha demais delas. Não, não é legal.
I like.
Thank you guys very much for your support. We appreciate it very much.